Sorry, I'm being extra weird. Hi guys. We're back again finally. Sorry I didn't stream last week because I got sick. I started getting sick on like Wednesday or Thursday of last week, and I had a sore throat the whole time, so talking wouldn't have been a good thing. So yeah. And also I just kind of felt poo-poo, so I kind of just didn't feel like it. I'm sorry. So I did a little bit of work last weekend anyway. Sorry I did it without you, but mostly I sanded more of this, and then I also ended up like cutting off this middle part, like all the way through the foam. I ended up like chopping off from like here to here because I still didn't like the shape that it was, and the foam underneath of the clay was too thick for me to get it thin enough, so I just chopped the whole thing off and remade it all out of clay, so there's not actually foam in between this point anymore. So I didn't think it would I also wasn't thinking that it would be the greatest thing to watch because I didn't really know how that was going to work out, and I was just like hacking and chopping and chipping and shaving it away until I finally decided to just cut it all off and kind of start over, I guess. And then I attempted to make the little ball out of clay. It is not a perfect circle. I need to find actual sandpaper so I can try and sand it into a rounder shape, but I think overall it's not too bad. And like from farther away it's not obvious that it's not super round. I think it'll do. I think it still looks good enough. But up close you can tell that it's not exactly round. So it's kind of annoying, but whatever. It is what it is. So I'll try and see if I can improve that. If I can find some freaking actual sandpaper that isn't these, because these are too big. So yeah. So today I want to try and do this part. So this is gonna be this part. Hi Karjan! It's nice to see you. Thanks for the host. This isn't very clear, but this like triangular looking, cone looking part underneath of the orb is what I want to at least try and get to today. And possibly like this part right here where there's like the other little ball things on the sides. I might get to that too. It depends on how long it takes, and then if I need to let this part dry first without messing it up, because if I make this part and then I start doing stuff over here, I might end up like fudging this up in the process, so we'll see how it goes. And then this top part is right here now. I actually essentially did the same thing to this heart as I did to the bigger one. It was too thick and I couldn't make it small enough with the way that the foam was, so I took all the clay off of it and shaved the foam down really thin, and then I just put a really thin layer of clay over top, so this isn't really in the right shape anymore. Kind of like how with this one I went back and made this thinner and then wider and then thinner, so I need to do that again to this too. So don't know if I'll get to this tonight either, because again, I don't want to do too many separate parts at once and end up like messing up one part while I start working on something else. I might need to let it dry first. But that's where we're at, and then as you can see I chopped off the whole center part because the top circle, or the top heart with the ball in it, it actually goes right in the center of it, whereas this one kind of comes to a point and then it's underneath. So this one kind of goes right in the center, and I originally had this coming to a point and I was just gonna be like, screw it, I'll just do it the same as this one, but then I decided to chop it all off anyway. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I also started to hollow out some of the styrofoam balls that I'm going to be using for the balls that are like the round parts that are on the staff. They're like spread out throughout the handle part. And then I think when I eventually get to the key parts, like right here, like these, the parts that actually make it look like a key, I was originally just gonna do the same deal with the foam and the clay, but I might try it out. Well, I think I will try it out first. I'm gonna try it out on poster board first and try cutting it out on poster board first and see how that goes. And then I might just be able to do poster board and just glue it on there like that without having to worry about putting clay or anything over top, because I've seen other cosplayers that have made this and that they use poster board and it still looks fine. I was afraid to do poster board before seeing other people use it because I didn't know what the overall like finish would look like. If it would be obvious that it was just like, oh, here's everything else all complicated and then here's just some poster thrown on like, and then it would look obvious that one part like wasn't done as well as the rest or something. I don't know. I didn't know how it would turn out. So yeah, but once I looked up other people's cosplays and I saw that they use poster board too, it actually looks like it turns out fine. So yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can do that first. I think my main concern with the poster board is that I need to actually get like a box cutter or something, and something that's actually sharp still. And I probably should also get like a sharpener for my X-Acto knife kind of things, because everything that I ever find tutorials for foam armor and stuff, they're constantly saying that if you cut through one piece of foam, your X-Acto knife is already dull now, so you need to like sharpen it between like each cut if you really want to get clean cuts on things, which I have not really been doing. And so far it hasn't mattered enough. But yeah, that's something I need to look into doing so that I can do the things better. So, anywho, who else is here? Hi Manskill, hi Starman. I knew you would get mad at me for being sick last weekend, I'm sorry. But at least I'm back this weekend. And I have been building up a huge mess around me from all of the hacking and chopping and disintegrating of the foam and the clay and the styrofoam and everything, so yeah. So, if I end up sanding again, then we're gonna go ahead and make another huge mess just like last time, and I'll be all white all over, and yeah. But I think we're mostly gonna be doing sculpting today. And we'll see how this goes. I'm not really sure how difficult this is going to be to sculpt to get this shape. It's kind of like, I almost want to say it's kind of like a pleated kind of a look. Kind of like a pleated skirt, except not. It's kind of like little pinched, like, triangular grooves sticking up all around it. So, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to translate into me sculpting it. So, I guess we'll see how it goes. And let's get some random musics. Here we go, this works. And it should be fine, but hopefully my clay hasn't started drying in the meantime. I opened up a whole other pack from when we first started because I ran out, so I had to get more. So I opened this one last weekend when I started working on this thing. So it should still be fine. This chunk was actually, this is all dry now, but this was actually from, I guess, 2 years ago now. because it was from when I made my Jareth costume. So this thing that I keep bringing up, it was from when I made this. This was like 2015. Somehow it wasn't quite usable, which is why I just gave up on it and let it harden or whatever. But this was actually still like soft and moldable and all, even though it was in this container as my leftovers for like almost 2 years. So it lasts a pretty good time if you're planning on making something and you want to do it like I've been doing in bursts and not working on it every single day, and you're worried about clay drying in between. It lasts a pretty long time. But like I said, after like 2 years it wasn't quite as usable anymore. Like, it was harder to get cracks out of it if I tried to smush it around, and but hey, it lasts for a while at least. Link Wolf, welcome back. We're trying to move things around. I think I made my computer angry. Hopefully we don't all disappear, because my computer is gonna be mad. Well, I crashed my bot just because I wanted to move the window over. That's cool. So everybody hold on to what you want to say for a second, because I won't see it. Alright. Ripbot. One day, I'll get a better laptop or a better computer, and we won't have this problem. But I also where are you at? Here you are. I have all of these. I have the whole thing printed out as a template so that I could get the proportions right. So and I keep spilling water and stuff on these, so they keep getting more and more ugly looking. But I pretty much held this up and like lined it up so that I could see like how big to make it on here. And it'll be right. So it should be about there. I lined it up last weekend, and then I drew a little line for myself right here so I could keep track of like how big this part needs to be. And then I just stuck this styrofoam ball up to there, and then I'm planning on covering these in the clay too. Let's see if my bot is alive again so I can talk to you guys. And if you guys are saying anything that I haven't responded to yet, then repeat yourself in like a few minutes when I say the bot's alive again. Because as we discovered last time, my laptop and or my internet does not want me to open a web browser while I'm streaming. Also, have I still been playing Sailor Moon this whole time in the background? Because I didn't turn that off. I don't know if it would actually still be playing or not though, because I think I muted desktop stuff. It doesn't want to open again. Let's find out if it'll let me open Chrome. I try and like make small talk with you guys right now, but it's like I can't see what you're saying, and that's the whole point. Actually dying right now. Ooh. My bot's trying to come back to life. Please come back to life, bot, because, yeah, it still doesn't want me to use my browser while I'm streaming. I don't know if that's my laptop being mad or my internet being mad. Is my iPad over there? Get it at Walmart? I should try at Walmart, I guess. I went see it because I went to the actual, like, hardware store where it should be, and it was not there. It's like, alright then. Not keep this cup of water up here on the table because it keeps attracting my cat to it. And for some reason, she keeps wanting to try to drink out of this cup up here. And I've been sticking my fingers in it with clay on them, so it's probably not the best water for her to be drinking. And I have to keep chasing her off the table. Eh. Yeah. I just say yeah and not even say what I'm responding to. That was command skill. I wanna say... one of these was like maybe like 80-ish, and then the other one was like 120 or something grit sandpaper that I had. Or sand block thing. don't know if I want to start putting anything around the styrofoam ball yet or not. Because I feel like I'm going to want to, like, hold on to it. Higher means less coarse. I did find that out. But thank you. But yeah, I don't understand why finding sandpaper in a hardware store was so difficult. It seems like it's like an ongoing problem where I need supplies that I think should be at the hardware store and they're not. It's like, what use is this place to me? I still feel like it'd be better if I was like, if I could get my camera facing like this way. Because I'm just doing things that you can't even see. Oh, did you say something that was banned? I forget if I turned down the filter or not. I think I was planning on turning it back down, and I didn't. I thought that I might have done it, but maybe I didn't. Cause like, I don't care if people curse. I mostly just did it to see how much of the actual terrible trolls and people it would actually filter out. But yeah. And because it was saying that it'll send a message to moderators first and then they'll be able to approve it, so I was like, oh, so if somebody actually sends something that's fine, then it'll just get approved. But then, with my methods of viewing my chat, it doesn't send it to me, and I don't know if it's supposed to send it to me anyway, if it just sends to moderators. But I also don't have moderators here all the time. So then it kind of just was filtering out people who actually wanted to say things. Alfonso! Welcome back! I'm sorry, Manskin. Try to. I feel like I need to like zoom in. Yeah, I feel like maybe I need to like... Because usually what I try to do is I try and do like double camera going on so that I can have one like close up and then one on me. But I need to build like a stack of random items or something so I can bring this closer. But, oh no, here's what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to build up the general shape of it, and then I'll start adding in like the texture, I guess. If that's what you want to call it. Karjin could be a mod if she wants to be. But yeah, usually I'm working more with stuff that's actually like on the table, so I can just aim it down at the table easier. Whereas this, I have to keep like putting it up by my face and holding it up random ways. So it's not the best for being able to see what I'm doing. Cartoon volunteers as tribute. I pretty much, up until now, have like modded people that I know. Pretty much it's like, if I know you, then I'm like, if you want to be a mod, that's fine. So, Karjin, if you would like to be modded, then I will add you as a mod. And I don't expect people that are mods to be like required to be here all the time or something. Let me see. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and give you the powers. Doo -doo -doo -doo. So I kind of forgot a lot about it. And also, since nobody knows what I'm talking about unless you've seen it, um, I'm talking about Blue Exorcist, and this is one of the opening songs. So, in case you have no idea what I'm talking about. One episode not enough to really win, I guess. It wasn't like, oh my god, best anime ever, but like I liked the characters and stuff. So I liked it enough to like finish watching it. And enough that I would like to rewatch and then watch the new stuff. But I hadn't really, pretty much over the past decade, I haven't really sat down and watched anime as much. It's just kind of been like occasionally here and there. I finally am like, no, I'm going to watch anime. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch it. Um, I have pictures of it on my Instagram, which is also Shwilala, if you want to see those. Ugh. But I finished the costume last year, and I didn't have the staff yet, so I'm finally making it. Weep. Weep. Yeah, sure. And also this um anybody who hasn't seen The Lion King 2, you should see it. So Lion King 1 is pretty much Hamlet, Lion King 2 is like Romeo and Juliet. But it's still really good. It's not Lion King 1. Like, that would be really hard to live up to. But it's really good. And the music is still really good. And also, hello, fartbag. I kind of answered you, and I didn't say hello. Welcome back. Yeah, originals are better. I mean, like I said, it's not Lion King 1, but as far as like Disney sequels go, some of them are just like completely poo-poo. Lion King 2 is actually like stands its own ground as its own movie. Me. I keep trying to like look at my figure to see what I'm doing compared to how that thing looks. And I do also have this thing. Granted, I've gotten a little off of this already because because the Christmas ornament that I'm using, the sizes were either a little bit too big, which is what I have, or like too small. So the proportions are already off somewhat. So like this is already coming out bigger than this. I don't cosplay Shun yet, but he's on my list to make this year. So far I have a wig ordered, but it's not here yet. But I was watching Saint Seiya over the past couple weeks, and I really want to cosplay Shun. Okay, so I'm trying to fix this up here. But it might be a little bit before I can really start on Shun, because there is going to be... First I'm finishing this. When I finish this, I am starting on one of the villains from Sailor Moon R, which is the second season of Sailor Moon. For anybody who's seen it, there's like the main villains throughout season 2 of Sailor Moon where they're like aliens, and one has pink hair and is a girl, and then there's a boy with blue hair, and they're both like the same like alien people from the same place. And I am trying to make the girl, because there's going to be a Sailor Moon villains cosplay meetup, and that's who I decided to be for that. So hopefully that'll be really fun, and hopefully people will show up to it. But either way, I'm making that costume, and I think it'll be a fun costume to wear. So far, I have the ears, because they have pointy elf-looking ears. So I ordered some latex ears, they just came in, and I have green and white face paint so I can try and make their greenish skin tone. And what else did I get? I got blue lipstick because her lips are blue. And I've been trying to order fabric samples to try and choose a fabric so I can get started on the actual costume part. But I've been having a hard time finding fabric that I'm happy with both like the color and like the finish, because I'm trying to find spandex that is really essentially like this color. Granted, this color doesn't show up great on this webcam, at least when I'm looking at it right now. But it's kind of like, it looks like a brighter red where the light hits it, and then looks more shadowed and darker where it's shadowed. And I essentially want a fabric that kind of does that, because when I was looking up reference pictures, I came across a couple cosplayers that cosplayed these characters, and the girl's cosplay, her fabric was like that, and it looks really, really nice. But the fabric that I keep finding for spandex fabric is always like really matte. And like the only other thing besides being really matte has been like super shiny, wet look spandex, where it's like, it looks like liquid, like latex, like bright shiny, which would be too shiny. So that's my dilemma. And at Joann's, they pretty much only have red. That's it. Like, there's a few different things that could potentially work from Joann's, but nothing is really the right color. Everything's just like red. And I need kind of more of a darker, crimson-y kind of red, I guess. But I did have some fabric samples come in from online, and one of them will work if I can't find what I'm looking for. It's still like really matte, but I like the color of it, and the color looks more like a deeper red than just going for plain old red. So yeah. So hopefully I'll get other samples in soon so that I can make my decision and start making the actual costume. But I posted on my Instagram like not too long ago. So like one of my recent Instagram posts was what my cosplay plans are for this year. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, you can go to my Instagram and look at that post. And it's got An from Sailor Moon, who I'm talking about. Her name is An. And it's funny because their names are Ale and An, and it's supposed to be like a play on words for like alien, apparently. So the guy's name is Ale and the girl's name is An. But yeah, I have a reference picture of her on my Instagram if you want to see. And then the other one is Shun, that Fartbag brought up from Saint Seiya. He's got bright pink armor and bright green hair, and I think it'll be really fun to wear. And then the other costume for this year that I was planning is to potentially do another Jareth costume from Labyrinth. I don't know if it'll end up happening or not. I just like don't really feel like the inspiration to make it, I guess. Like, I'm not really feeling it. So I don't know if that'll change. I wanted to be able to make it so that I could go to the Labyrinth exhibit that's in Georgia, and they have a replica there right now of the throne that he sits on. So I kind of wanted to make that costume and get a picture in it, because that's the costume that he wears when he sits in it. But I might just bring my current Jareth costume and just wear that one anyway. Because I don't know, I don't feel the desire to make that costume at the moment. I really want to make the other two, and I think by the time I make the other two, I'm not gonna have the time for the other Jareth costume, but we'll see, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna work on first, because On would have a deadline for making it to the villains meetup group. Shun, I wouldn't really have a deadline. I could just make it for whenever I want to wear it. So I'm gonna start On first, and then after that, I'm going to try to cosplay Shun. Spandex. Cosplaying sounds hard. A little bit. A little bit. Hey, funny cat! Cosplay is kinda hard, I guess. It definitely takes effort. I guess it's not as hard for people that are farther in and have had more practice and all. I guess it gets easier, maybe. People can just like chug out costumes like nothing. Not me yet. Trying to decide. So I don't want. Let's see. Alright. So I don't want. I don't want this part, like the top of this section that I'm making right now. I don't want it to be super wide. So if I'm trying to make it go all the way around this, I don't know if it's going to end up being too wide, so I might try and like cut off that shape, like right here-ish, make it come like higher in the center and then maybe lower around the outside, because on here, one of the changes I had already made was that on here, these pieces attach higher up and actually attached to this. I wanted it to attach to this because I felt like that would be easier for me to make it that way and that it would be more stable that way than being attached to this ornament. So if I go all the way around, it's going to end up going around this part, and I feel like it'll make it too wide and funky looking. So I might try and make it more of a round curve around here so that it kind of dips down around here and then goes back up. I think that might work out. Because otherwise, if I followed along with this edge, it would make it come like all the way out here, and then it would be too wide, I think. We can't all be Jessica Nigiri. No, I cannot. And again, I've got this little cup of water right here that I keep sticking my fingers in because it kind of makes the clay tackier so that I can stick more on top and it'll stick to itself better. So, trying to build up this side a little more because this side, I can see from the side, this is wider on this side than this is right now. Oh, and the other thing, I realized that the convention that I'm trying to finish this in time for, the cosplayer that I showed an example of last time, that I said I was kind of using as reference, she is one of my favorite cosplayers, for, like, how well she does proportions and really getting the look down of you're like, yay, I made a Sailor Pluto costume too! You're my cosplay senpai! I'm so happy to meet you! Oh my god! Weird, because last year, my other favorite cosplayer was a guest at this convention too, and this is like an itty bitty baby tiny convention too, and so I'm like, what in the world? Like, how has this happened twice in a row? That it was like, first, my one favorite cosplayer goes, and then my other favorite cosplayer goes, just like, oh my god. Costume she's going to wear at the convention. I want to say that in other, I've seen some of her panels posted online from other conventions that she did, and I want to say that the one that I saw most recently, she didn't wear a cosplay when she went to her panel. She seemed like she was just kind of dressed normally. So I don't know if she'll be in cosplay, but like if she wore her Sailor Pluto cosplay, and then I went and I was wearing my Sailor Pluto cosplay, we could like get a picture together and we both be Sailor Pluto, and that would be awesome. Fangirling him already. Yeah, it is kind of it is a little bit like a pretzel. I'll stick with a Christmas ornament. Thanks. Putting an X in your name is what makes you cool. That's how the other cool people know that you're cool. It's like the secret password. Wait, what was just on? Do you mean Vix? It wasn't Girls' Generation. But no, or at least, I'm in America. So Kim Jong-un is not my leader. But I also would not like to consider Trump my leader either. Ajno? Is that? Hopefully I'm not butchering your name, but hello. Okay, see you later, Link Wolf. Thanks for coming back and hanging out again. Kai-chan, I guess you're asking me. But my weekend's going good so far. Yesterday we went out to eat, and then I'm going to a baby shower tomorrow, so I went and got presents for that, and then we went to see Lego Batman. And today I did my usual deal of sleeping way too long. Okay. Starman, you're still mad at me? Okay, I wouldn't know if it was to me or not, but oh well. Oh, here's the other intro from Blue Exorcist. So this is the other one, and I really like both of them. Anyway. I like Blue Exorcist. I haven't watched it. I watched it once, so I don't really remember that much about it now. I watched it once in 2014. It wasn't like, oh my god, best anime ever, I love it so much, oh my god. but I thought it was good, and I like the characters, and there are new episodes now, so I was saying that I want to go back and rewatch it again, and then watch the new stuff too. I feel like the end of the older episodes, like the ending was kind of like, eh. Like I felt like it was building up to something better, and then the ending was just kind of like, eh. But now there's more episodes, so maybe that'll help to make up for it. It might have been one of those situations where I saw like a little bit of an episode, I think by accident, of Parasite. I kind of like had it in the back of my mind to potentially watch it. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna go. Let's see if I can figure out how to sculpt this. Let me try and turn around again. So I'm put like this snake of clay on here. Gonna try and like do something like that. Pink. Might need to add more clay underneath here. Make that part wider so it doesn't dip back down. Yeah, I've kind of heard of the gist of it. And it seemed like it might be really interesting, so it is kind of on my mind to go back and watch it. Something like that. And do a bunch of those all the way around. Yeah, Sailor Moon! I don't exactly have the best sculpting tools, and I also didn't really clean them off as well as I should have the last time I used them. So I keep having to scrape off like dry clay that's already on them. Karjan can't tell her secrets. Karjan is just Karjan, so she just automatically has the swag. Okay, hopefully I can do that all the way around and this will work. So it's just kind of like a point coming off all the way down. But that's kind of what it looks like is what's going on this thing. You really can't see it if I put it up close because it just looks really blurry. And they're kind of flared out, it looks like. So they should be wider apart at the top and closer together towards the bottom. So let's see if we can do that. I foresee this being a very tedious process to keep doing this a million times. Okay. Let's do like a bear, maybe? Need more what there? I'm also hoping that this clay doesn't decide to poop out on me and crack a lot at the edge of this, because it kind of is looking like it wants to do that. So I'm gonna try and keep turning myself around. I gotta make sure they're not like different heights or whatever. Make sure this isn't like sticking out farther than the first one. Those are the only names you know. At least where I am from, those are uncommon names. So I would want to say those are random names to be the only names that you know. But I also don't know where you're from, so maybe from wherever you're from they wouldn't be as random as your pick of only names to know. Oh, my name. Yeah. So to say, Karjan, your name is Sam too.